Over 70% of home buyers here in America are struggling to buy their first house. Now, with everything going on, I can understand why. It's absolutely crazy the fact that 50% of these home buyers will fall into some sort of a trap when buying a house. So today, I'm going to show you the top 7 red flags and traps that you should avoid when you're looking for a house in the current housing market. And if you're new to this channel, my name is Jerry Pinkas. I'm your real estate expert, and I'm here to help you to avoid those pitfalls that are costly. So let's get to it. Now, red flag number 1 is the price is much lower than the market value. So what does this really mean? So the number 1 red flag is if the house is priced way under the market or priced under what other homes are selling for in that same area. Now, you want to use caution when you're moving into an area that's in demand and hot. A low price can be very tempting for many people. However, it can indicate some sort of underlying issue with the property, or a cloud or imperfection that's on that title, or an issue with the seller of that house. Now, it's always important to know the reason behind these low prices. Fully research any issues with that house, like water damage, or foundation, or structural cracks, or flood zones, and even unforeseen skyrocketing home insurance costs. Anything that makes the seller want to unload that burden, you want to make sure that you don't end up being the one having that burden. Now, a low price doesn't always indicate that it's a bad thing. There could be other issues with the seller that may cause them to lower the price of the house. A job relocation, a divorce, or financial difficulties can force a quick sale. Now, this type of situation can present a good opportunity to negotiate, and it's super important to understand the true reason behind this low price. Now, make sure that you have a real estate expert who is familiar with your local market and the local neighborhood, because they may know the real reason for this low pricing. And trust me, over the past 20 years, my real estate team has seen some absolutely crazy stories about this one. Red flag number 2, high number of days on the market. Now, you found a house that you love, and it's been on the market longer than usual. Now, this can mean many things. Like the previous one, high days on the market can also mean that the house has structural or other hidden issues that have yet to be resolved. Or it can mean the house is generally overpriced, or the floor plan is out of whack, or about a dozen other things. So you want to ask your agent, not the listing agent, why this house has not been sold, and ask why it's been sitting on the market for so long. They may be able to give you a quick reason and the truth. Red flag number 3, there's evidence of water damage. Now, red flag number 3 is the fact that there is visible evidence of water damage. Now, water damage is a serious threat, and it can quickly turn a dream home into a nightmare. So if you're touring a home and you actually smell mold or you see evidence of water spots, beware. These are indicators that are just the tip of the iceberg, and what you see is rarely that's all there is. So if you smell musty mold or you smell an odor, you want to make sure it's not a bigger problem. And if you still want to proceed, you want to make sure that you have adequate inspections to make sure your buyer's agent protects you, because I've seen some doozies. Now, your buyer's agent can act as your advocate in negotiating these repairs with the seller, or advising you to walk away if the situation appears way too risky. Red flag number 4, there are many houses for sale in the same neighborhood. Now, this next red flag in a community with a high number of listings for sale or a high number of empty houses nearby, you need to watch out for this. You need to know the truth about what's really going on, and especially if there's a sudden increase in available properties. This could mean that there's an issue happening within the community, motivating residents to sell before their property values decline. And I've seen it happen. This sudden increase in available homes often will indicate that the neighborhood is undergoing construction of a highway, a power plant, or some other large-scale infrastructure issue. Now, it can also mean that there's a large assessment coming up for all homeowners, and it's going to cost them some serious money. So do your research thoroughly before proceeding. And I'm not talking about a Google search, guys. Research is not a Google search. Again, research is not a Google search. I always warn my audience about limiting their research to Google because so many people rely on it so heavily. But it's not everything that you read online, or the information that is not online is accurate or correct. So be sure that the agent reviews the master plan for that city and that you are prepared for the future. Knowing potential downsides will allow you to weigh the risks and determine if the neighborhood still fits your long-term plans. Now, red flag number 5 is that the house has been on and off the market for a short period of time. The 5th biggest red flag is when a house has been on and off the market for a short period of time, because if you encounter this house and it seems to be reappearing or disappearing in a short period of time, watch out. It's a red flag. This can be a sign of a few things that are wrong with the house. Now, the house could simply be overpriced, or maybe it won't appraise, deterring serious buyers, leading to failed offers. This often happens when the seller isn't willing to lower the price or meet the appraised amount. And the deal is more likely to die since the buyers won't pay more than the house is actually worth. Now, another possibility here is that the previous buyers walked away due to some problems that were uncovered during inspections. There could be serious defects like structural issues, electrical problems, or even major plumbing concerns in some cases. Now, if you proceed to buy that property, make sure you have your agent inquire about on and off situation and what's really going on. Red flag number 6, the house is renovated. Now, when a house is extensively remodeled, it can be a red flag to watch out for. Now, renovation is not a bad thing, but a lot of time, a house that's remodeled before selling could be a quick flip, or what they call a pig with lipstick or a dog with a bath. Many times, rehabbers want to spend the least amount of money possible to maintain their profit. And you only learn after you've moved in that you find out that all the things were not renovated or fixed properly. Also, we've seen some issues where a house has been remodeled and an attempt to hide an underlying issue. Now, the seller might try to trick you into remodeled design, hoping that you fall in love. Temporarily hiding those cracks and water leaks could lead to future headaches for you as the next owner. So trust me, you don't want those costly repairs down the road. Red flag number 7. The main picture of the house is not the front. Now, another red flag is when the first picture is an online listing and it's not the front of the house. Now, this may seem normal to a lot of people. It could be that the seller is just too lazy to arrange the photographs, or they wanted to show off a specific part of the house. But from my experience, when the first picture isn't the front of the house, it puts a question in my mind. Is the seller trying to hide something from you? Now, this could mean the front of the house is very old, or the streets are very noisy, or it's super close to another house, or the house next door is a total train wreck. It could be anything. Using Google Maps and street level searches may not reveal the true issue. You want to make sure you have an agent that has your back if you're hunting houses in this current market. Now, here's the deal, guys. The deal of the decade actually happens about once a week, and there are many people that find their hidden gem and avoid the pitfalls that are costly. On the other hand, I have seen some complete disasters that could be totally avoided if they had the proper guidance and advice. A good real estate agent knows their stuff and always researches the property's history, investigates potential problems, and gives solid advice on a reasonable offer. So whether you're looking here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina area, or anywhere in the nation, I can hook you up with your local real estate expert to help you to avoid those pitfalls that are costly. Just pick up the phone, give us a call at 843-839-9870. I'll keep posting these free real estate videos here on this channel, so go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if you watched this video and you found it was helpful, please share it with someone that you know could use it. And if you have any other personal red flags about buying a house on the market, please share them in the comments section. And until next time, stay happy, stay educated, and I'll talk to you soon.